These are the plaintiffs, Dawn and Daniel Grady Penna. Dawn says she and her son acted in a number of stage productions for the defendants and were never paid the amount they were promised when they took the job. The whole thing's been nothing but a nightmare. For instance, there were only 6 people in the audience during the performances. Bottom line, they are owed $1,327.98, and that's exactly what they're suing for today. These are the defendants, Mitchell Denker and Rose Gunn. Mitch says the plaintiffs agreed to act in his productions and to volunteer their time, considering the shows were for charity. They got wind that some of the other actors were being paid, and all of a sudden, their tune changed and they started making all these ridiculous demands. Bottom line, they were volunteers, and he can prove it. They're accused of bringing the curtain down.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor. You're welcome in.
Dawn and Daniel Grady Penna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are suing Mitchell Denker and Carrie Gunn, a.k.a. Rose Gunn. You go by Rose, right? All right, for $1,327.98 that you say you are owed in wages, lost wages, costume charges, and your performance in a play that they put on you. Okay, go ahead, talk to me. Tell me what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. We originally, my son met the defendants through his friends who were in the original cast when we did A Christmas Carol, but then things went wrong and one of the cast members was accusing Rose of slander and stuff like that. Okay. And then the whole cast left except for my son, the young man who played Tiny Tim, and my daughter.
Okay.
And then at that time is when she rewrote the play for A Christmas Carol at Marley's Church, which was a modern-day version of Charles Dickens' version.
Okay.
And at that time...
Because Charles Dickens can be improved upon? Okay. So go ahead.
And at that time, I came on board as I said I would do The Angel of Christmas Past.
Okay.
And then it entailed...
Now, have you always been interested in drama, too?
No, ma'am.
This is a
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Okay. Are you good at it?
I think I was.
Okay. Did you ever act as a child?
I did a couple plays in high school, but they were just little tiny, meager parts.
Okay. All right. So what happens?
When they rewrote the plays is when they offered the contract that we would be paid $100 per play that we were in. We were in all.
You were going to get paid?
We were.
You were going to get paid?
Yes, we were.
You've never acted in your life, and you were going to get paid?
There was.
Can I see the contract?
Every time I would ask for the contract, they were out of ink, Your Honor.
Do you have a contract?
Yes, we do.
Can I see the contract? Go ahead.
And we were in the 3 plays, A Christmas Carol for Marley's Church, and then the sequel, A Christmas Carol for Tiny Tim.
There was a sequel?
Yes, it was for Tiny Tim had kind of gone astray. Scrooge had learned from his mistakes, and he was like generous and kind, and
and then Tiny Tim was on acid? What? What was Tiny Tim?
Well, if you saw his performance.
That you guys wrote, or is this?
Adapted. An adaptation.
So it was actually out there. Somebody had done that before about Tiny Tim going astray? That's sort of cool. All right, now, the only contract I'm seeing with your signature on it says you're going to volunteer your time and talent at no pay. How does that help you?
That is not correct, ma'am, and that is not the contract that I signed. The contract that I signed said that we were going to choose, there was 3 choices on there.
How do you know that's not the, I mean,
because I can,
okay. Is that your signature?
No, that is my signature to get a DVD, ma'am.
It is a contract about everything, not just about a DVD. That's original ink with your signature, and it says, I understand I'm volunteering my time and talent at no pay. Did you read that?
That part was not in there, ma'am,
but it
when I signed
I'm looking at it, and it hasn't been doctored up. Did you sign this first and then change the agreement?
No, ma'am. When we asked the defendants for copies, they would never give it to us because they were always, always out of ink. And I have testimonies from other witnesses that have said, can claim that same thing.
Then just don't keep going. If they won't give you a copy of the contract, that's a big red flag that there's a problem. But also, I mean, you guys, this is not your day job, right?
No.
No. What do you guys do?
I'm a building engineer in Portland.
Rose?
And Rosie sells Mary Kay and is a freelance writer.
So how did this come about that you decided that you were going to be
I'll let Rosie tell the story of
producers?
Dream Givers.
Your Honor, we started Dream Givers about 2 years ago. Actually, when we first started, it was not Dream Givers, an organization. It was just helping people in the community that needed food, people who are elderly or sick and disabled.
How do you help them?
We provide medication, house cleaning, transportation to and from doctor's appointments.
Okay, so then how did we get from that to being Broadway producers?
Okay. Rosie came up with the idea of doing a Christmas Carol in its original form. Then we went out to advertise for volunteer actors and actresses. As that failed, as people had commitment issues, we put out an ad to, we were very close to production, and we needed 4 positions in total. We put an ad out that at this point we were willing to pay actors to come in to take those 4 key roles.
How much money did you offer them?
For the 4 actors that we had to hire, ma'am. One was $400. The gentleman over here, he received $500. He played Pastor Scrooge in both the original and the follow-up Tiny Tim.
Who is this gentleman?
This is Monty Trey, and
Okay.
he played Scrooge in both Tiny Tim and A Christmas Carol for Marley's Church.
Okay, all right, so go ahead.
We do. We also hired a
Okay,
gentleman.
but before you tell me everybody else, who did you agree to pay? Did you agree to pay her, and did you agree to pay her son?
No, we did not. Your Honor, the opening night of the play, Mitch's mother passed away.
I'm so sorry.
We continued on. It was a little bit of a
I bet.
Emotional situation. At that point, we were told that if there was not some form of payment, there was not going to be a play. So that's where the discussion of the most that we could do is a $100 bonus came up at that time.
Where does she get the idea that she's owed, you say you're owed $300 and your son is owed $300, correct? Where does she get that idea? Did you ever tell her that she would get $600?
Our theory, I cannot tell you for absolute sure. My theory from heart is that she discovered that there were 4 paid actors. And
all right, so you're
said,
saying she's
if they're
making
going to
it
get
up.
paid, why am I not going to get paid?
And so when was the first time you heard that she demanded to get paid for that?
I believe it was at opening night was the first time that was
not
brought
correct.
up.
All right, when was the first time that you said to them, listen, I'm not going on unless I get paid?
I never said that.
Okay.
I was in the room with all of the cast when they announced it to everyone that they were offering $100 per play, and we all signed the contracts. I have affidavits.
And not one of you has a copy of it?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And I have affidavits from 3 of the witnesses that could not be here to
Okay.
state that fact. I also have
Give
emails.
me those affidavits and let me hear from your witness. What's her name?
I'm Monty Trey.
Okay,
And
you do
this-
not have to bend over. The last person I expect to have to tell that to is an actor. Monty Trey.
Yes.
Okay. Talk to me. Tell me, what do you know about the discussions of payment between them and Rose and Mitch?
Ma'am, if you were to look at their emails that they sent to everybody, like bulk, once a week, they took 1 month or more to pay me, constantly saying a check was in the mail, again and again and again. And they did the same thing to her and the others that they had promised.
Okay.
That alone to me seems like a contract, but they didn't even pay me the full amount. They paid me $75 less, but I just wanted to get out of it, like just leave. So pretty much I think that's my testimony.
Okay. Grady, let me hear from you. Come on over here. How you doing?
Good.
Are you shy?
Yes.
Really? And you love theater? I don't think you're really, really shy. Were you, how old are you, Grady?
12.
Okay. Did you hear the grown-ups talk about payment at all, or you weren't part of that?
Yes. She said that, Rose, she said that we would all get paid. When I was in the original cast, she never offered it. So I was a volunteer at that time. And my mom did sign my contract too, that I was getting paid because
That you were or that you weren't?
I was.
Okay. And how do you know that? Did you see it or your mom told you?
I saw it.
Okay. Why does nobody keep a contract of something they want to go to court and sue on? Like, what's the point of signing something and not having a contract? How does that happen in your world? It's so strange. Now, you handed me some emails. What am I going to see in these emails?
That the check is always in the mail, so they agree that they do owe me.
Grady and I have still not received any checks. We've been patient, understanding, and kind. We honored and fulfilled our obligation. We're being punished for being too kind and too understanding. I'm praying you will make things right. It's not fair. We're not getting our checks. But you don't mention how much of a check. You agree that you're supposed to pay them $100 each? Did you pay them $100 each?
No.
Okay. And lots of emails from you saying, it's in the mail, it's in the mail, it's in the mail. What's that about?
We kind of felt intimidated because we had been receiving, you better watch out.
Yeah, but you don't sound intimidated. What you sound is that you're promising, oh, it's in the mail, which is a lie, and that's just to get somebody off your back, and that's not nice. And that doesn't give me faith in what you're saying the facts are. Because if you're willing to lie to suit your purpose to get out of an uncomfortable email, then you're willing to lie to me to suit your purpose too. That bothers me.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So can she say, look, I ain't putting my kid on stage unless he gets money the very night of the performance?
Yes, she can.
Why?
Because she was fraudulently induced to provide the son for free.
Yeah, but everybody gets taken advantage of as an actor.
I think that she should have thought ahead of time and that she should have maybe signed a contract or something initially.
To get money.
Yes, absolutely.
Is she out of luck? Yes or no?
I think so.
She's out of luck going inside the courtroom.
Do you have an email, because I still don't see it, an email where they say that they're paying you more than $100 each, where they say what you say the version is?
The one that has the questions to me?
Not you to her, her to you acknowledging that you're right.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I find that, oh, by the way, about the costume, she says that you owe her $185 for the costume.
Okay. When we started doing the costuming,
Just answer me, yes or no, do you owe $185 for the costume?
No, it was an unauthorized purchase, Your Honor.
An unauthorized, but weren't you responsible, according to the contract that she signed, you're responsible for providing the costume?
We were going to provide a costume that we were going to purchase on eBay that would have fit the venue of the play. And she declined and said she didn't want it and she was going to make her own. And I said it was not.
Do you have any proof that the costume costs $185?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I find that you have not proven that you're owed $600. I find that you've proven that you sent a bunch of emails saying you're owed $600. I find that the only thing that remotely resembles a contract with your signature on it says you're working for free. I don't think that that continued that way. I think that things changed and either it got more hectic or people had leverage and that they agreed to pay you something. They say they agreed to pay you $100. I don't, you know, the problem I have with you folks, quite frankly, is that you can't just say whatever gets you out of a situation. Yeah, okay, I'll pay you whatever you want, just perform tonight, and then get out of things. But they've got to prove that they had an agreement before the performance, not highway holdup, but an agreement before the performance to get paid $600, and you are unable to prove that. All right, I'm going to order them to pay each of you, Grady and you, $100 each, and because it's written in the contract that you are responsible for providing the costume, I'm going to award you $50 for the costume, which is a reasonable amount since you have no receipts. And I am not going to order lost wages because you didn't work because you decided you wanted to be in a play. That would be pretty silly. So that's $250 verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, it seems like this was, Scrooge gone wild here. What happened here?
They were very greedy. It's kind of ironic. The play, she was an angel of Christmas past who was supposed to teach Scrooge to give to the community, and, well, you know, God's the scorekeeper and the ultimate.
Well, how do you like the way this particular drama ended?
I just don't understand. Some of the stuff that she said, I'm just totally confused about.
Are you still producing the plays the same way?
No.
No, you stopped?
We decided after that we would not produce any more plays. The idea of the play was...
For now. Okay. All right, head
Thank you.
right around the corner. Thank you very much. All right, so come on in here, and, well, you come out of this with $250 in your lawsuit here. Step right up a little bit, and what are you teaching Tiny Tim over here about suing a charitable outfit here in court?
He didn't play Tiny Tim.
No, what?
Peter.
Oh, you were Peter? Okay, Peter. Okay. What are you teaching your son?
That some people will do you wrong even when they are charitable people.
Peter, what do you think of this whole thing?
Well, I think that it was a bad idea to go with my friend to audition for the part of Peter.
Okay. Over to Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, you know what? It is so important. If you sign contracts, it's real easy just to get rid of them at some point when you don't think they're necessary. You should keep contracts for at least 6 years. Just get a drawer at home, throw everything in the drawer, just leave it there, and when you need something, then you can root through the stack of papers and then maybe find something that will win a case for you. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.